The first race of the 2025 World Superbike season is about to get underway. We are 5 minutes until the green flag for the formation lap. Welcome to 2025. Hello everybody, welcome to JB Motorsports as we launch into the unknown, a brand new championship for us to cover, but one with a lot of legacy. This championship is very much, you see these bikes, you go buy them and you can have exactly the same situation. JT alongside me in the box for this one as we open up the season down under in Australia. And JT, this is proper bike racing as well. It's sort of the most organic you can get almost to what you have out there on the road.
Objection. Go to a British motorcycling racing club meeting. That is amazing, the guys at Bemsey. But yeah, it is very close. It's World Superbikes around Phillip Island. It's a classic circuit, classic series around this classic circuit. And, of course, we had the news around 10-15 minutes ago that Laguna is not taking part in the rest of this weekend. He's unfit after his Super Bowl crash at Lukey Heights. Yeah,
he's broken his fourth metacarpal bone in his left foot as well. And of course in his pre-season he ended Jerez with issues, and now he's come here as well with pre-season testing with a rib problem. Now he's out of it as well. We're going to fade over and get set up here, ready to go. Let's take a look then at how they'll line up on the grid. Row 1 sees Nico Bulliger alongside Top Rat Rasgoliano and Andrea Iannone. Row 2 sees Bautista alongside Petrucci and Redding. Row 3 sees Vandermark alongside then the 55 and 87 coming in as well. There's the 22, the 14 Sam Lowe's, and Colin Vire down in 97th is on there as well. Row 5 coming in with the 5, the 47, the 77. Row 6, the 17, 31, 99. Row 7 sees the 49 coming in there as well. We'll bring you that as it goes. 20 laps ahead of us then for the opening race of the year, JT. Timings will come available when the lights go out. Warm-up lap has started, so we'll have the timings when the lights go out. Not the best to be leaving with a white screen when the race starts, but that's how it goes. Away we go then around this circuit. And, well, 12 turns in total, JT.
Timings just come alive.
Timings have come alive, thank God for that, to come available then ahead of this one. But JT, this is the big one. Mandatory pit stop in this race. Riders may not compete more than 11 laps on a single dry rear tyre. Race distance is 20 laps. So between laps 10 and 11, we are going to have this situation where they're going to have to change. No ifs, no buts. Have you got the full timings then? Because I've still got a white screen.
Oh, the button has come up.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm confused, JB, because at the end of Super Bowl, you told me that the races were 11 laps.
Well, no, it's the Super Bowl race tomorrow is 10 laps long. The main two races that we have, race 1 and race 2, they are 20 laps, but we can't
You lied to me.
But we can't do more than 11 laps on one set of tyres. That's what I'm on about.
You lied to me, JB.
Yeah, well, look at last year. Bullier won race 1, but the sprint race, the Super Bowl race and race 2 was won by Lowe's as well. So let's see what's going to happen down through Lukey Heights. Fingers crossed it's going to be okay to get going. It's sort of nervous energy right now, isn't it? We've all expected Top Rack to dominate, but this year the BMW is not looking as strong as what we've had. We're sort of keeping our fingers crossed that it is going to be strong. Who do you think is going to win the opener? It's between Top Rack and Nico Bulliger, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a battle as red flag up in the air, bikes starting to line up, but I think Bulliger is just going to get it. Is this pit stop thing new? Because they didn't have it last year, did they?
It's only for this track because Pirelli can't get the rear tyre to work, so it's only temporarily the situation.
Pirelli.
Yeah, it seems to be the unfortunate situation to come into it. Red flag at the front, all set to go then. Ready for the green flag at the back. Bulliger, Rasgalioni and Iannone, lights are on! And the 2025 season is underway. Top Rank gets away with a good start down towards turn 1. Bullock is on the outside, is going to come across. Andrea Iannoni's going to have the inside line. Down in towards doing for the first time. Top Rank's dropped to 4th. Iannoni's in a battle right now as well with Adrian Bautista. But Nico Bullock leads as we come into turn 2 into the southern loop. Top Rank trying to have a look through Khan. He's got Daniel Petrucci right behind him. Scott Redding going out wide. So's Andrea Localetti down towards turn 3 at Stoner before the heavy braking zone at turn 4. Nico Bullock leads and Andrea Iannoni's trying to come out right behind him. Nico Bullock is the leader. Top Rank back to 3rd. JT has Bautista down to 4th. Gardner's down at 4. Gardner's gone down. Remy Gardner off at Miller. He's down and right to the back. He's crashed out of the race already, JT. 20, he's back up and got going.
Remy Gardner, home race for him, the Australian. Not a good start to race 1 for him. Yellow's withdrawn as we continue round up Lukey Heights at turn 9.
And there, Andrea Iannoni, who many years ago in the top of MotoGP, nutted a seagull down there as well. He's got going. So lap 1 will be complete. 20 laps to go then here. There's lap 1 on the board. Nico Bullock leads this race. Andrea Iannoni coming in 2nd. Top right, Rasgolioli in 3rd position, but he's in battle with Adrian Bautista as we head down towards turn number 1 at the Doohan corner. And that is a brilliant move for Bautista on the inside line of Top Rank. He moves through. So Top Rank down into 4th position. He never goes well in Australia, does he? Compared to the dominance we had last year, it's all changed up. Bulliger leads. Look at Dominic Agatha up to 13th. Montella down into 20th. He hasn't crashed, but he has dropped down. Michael van der Mark up into 7th position as well. He's made some decent improvements as they come through. And the 5 has crashed. Montella is out. Montella's crashed at turn 1. And Andrea Iannoni's got a problem. Andrea Iannoni is dropping back massively as he comes back through down into turn 4. He's just like he's got no drive halfway down the back straight. So that's put Top Rank back to 2nd. Bullock leads by 1.4 seconds, JT. And Montella has crashed turn 1.
Yeah, confirmation of that bike 5 down at turn 1. Bullock still in 1st lead in top 2 unchanged. 2.5 second gap nearly. 2.419 to be exact at the front. 19 to go.
Yeah, and there's Top Rank under pressure from Petrucci. He's under pressure from Scott Redding. And Adrian Bautista, Iannoni's dropped down to around about 6th position. I think he's got Van der Mark right alongside as well. But Bullock leading by a super margin at the front as we are going to complete the 2nd lap. Start lap now 3. 19 laps to go as we come over the line. Bautista in the number 19, right behind the 45 of Scott Redding, who's made the move, and it's all getting confusing as we come in towards turn 1. Top Rank 2nd, Petrucci 3rd, Bautista 4th, and Van der Mark has Iannoni off the track at 1, going wide. And that is Bashini dropping down into 7th position. Iannoni now down to 8th place. So it's all going a bit mad, JT. But we have got, remember, that mandatory pit stop coming in later to change bikes. It's a flag-to-flag race.
Yeah, absolutely. As we are looking behind Top Rack, rear view camera on Top Rack 2, the number 9 who is chasing him down. Little train of bikes forming, separating from the mid-pack, JB.
Yeah, it looks like Bulliger as well. He's got that lead of the race. 3 seconds now to Top Rack. Top Rack not going well here in Australia, as we've been explaining to you throughout the weekend so far. He's not liking the way it's all been balancing out together. No jump start, says race control. And this was the moment then, JT, coming out of turn 3 of Stoner. Iannoni having a little moment and nearly high-siding it.
Yeah, and then just all after that, there was problems for the bike. Once again going wide at turn 1 and 2, which put him even further back now down to 9th.
So Bulliger leads. We come over the line. 321 mile an hour was his top speed. And then what's the gap? 3.8 seconds as it looks like Bautista looking to the inside of Danilo Petrucci in towards turn 1. Petrucci with that number 9. Rear bike squealing away. Pirelli's tyres can no longer last 11 laps. Redding's got through as well. So Redding's up to 4th. Petrucci down to 5th position. Bautista takes 3rd. And Top Rat looks a bit more vulnerable there as well as he exits coming out of turn 2 of the Southern Loop down to the Kincott through at Stoner before Miller at turn 4. Scott Redding on the back then as well of Bautista. Last of the late breakers. Bautista gets it in okay, but runs it in deep. Redding's got the inside line, and Redding goes through. Planning that brilliantly. No one can stop Scott Redding on this Ducati.
Beautiful move from the 45 of Scott Redding right up the inside, and now chasing down Top Rack for 2nd.
Still, I wonder if he'll get him. 4 seconds at the front. Bulliger's just driving ahead. I don't know. I'm almost scared to say the line that I don't think we've got a good run for that of Top Rack. He's looking so bad out there right now, which is weird from the reigning champion. He's carrying that number 1, but right now it's the number 11 that's in there by 4.5 seconds at the front. Vandermark's closing in on this little battle as well. Top Rack's is dominating, but in 2nd place, and he's holding everybody else back.
Yeah, well, the number 1 becoming a little bit of a curse in superbike racing, especially in the British superbikes over the past couple of years. The number 1 being the curse, especially with Tommy Bridewell, if you follow that as well. 16 laps to go. He's gone wide again, has the 29, 4.961 over the past 2 sectors. Top Rack has lost 3.5 tenths.
Javier Verhey has taken him in 9th position as well. Tetsuta Nakashima up to 16th position then as well. The Japanese rider on the Honda CBR 1000 RR. As we get Top Rat, Redding and Bautista battling together. Then you've got Petrucci and look at that. As I said, Vandermark has closed in as well. 3 wide further back coming out of turn 4 into Siberia then at turn number 6. Kincott 7 and then through the flat out of 8 rising up towards Lukey Heights. And yet Top Rack just holding him back in. Gap now 5.2 over Lukey Heights. 31 on asphalt. JT resumed at turn 4. So that's Garrett Gerloff.
That was literally what I was just about to mention, that even though Remy Gardner fell on the first lap, he's up into 19th, and that's dropped Garrett Gerloff down into 20th, but it seems like there was an issue for Garrett Gerloff.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit problematic, isn't it, coming into it? It's almost having a bit of damned if you do, damned if you don't situation right now as the racing continues. We're going to try and get our timing screen sorted as into turn 1. Look at that. Bautista comes out of nowhere, takes 2nd position. Top Rank down to 5th position, JT. It's all gone nuts.
And possibly going down even further into 6th, because Vandermark is right behind him. The number 60 breathing down the neck of the number 1.
This is looking good now. So Bulliger, Bautista, Redding, Petrucci, Top Rack down into 5th position. Vandermark in 6th. Andrea Locoletti. Then it's Axel Bassini as well. Alex Lowe's. Javier Verhey has the top 10. Here's a replay of what happened to Top Rack. He just went wide into turn 1, JT. Just could not get it stopped. Again, having those problems.
Yeah, and whilst Vandermark and Top Rack teammates, Top Rack still in front at the moment. 5 laps completed, 15 to go as we cut to the front. Look at how much Scott Redding has caught up to the number 19, and then, well, 5.6 seconds now in front is the number 11.
Timing screens are updating to every second the gap between the leader and the interval between them. Bulliger lead, Bautista, Redding, Petrucci, Rascaglioli, Vandermark, Locoletti, Bassini, Lowe's, Iannone drops into 10th position now as well. But we are getting close to half distance in this race, which means that the rear tyres are going to start failing and the flag-to-flag system comes in. So even though Bulliger leads by 5.80 5 seconds. We have a 63-second pit stop mandatory time, JT, that they have to do. So they have to come in and change tyre. They have to come in to make sure it's all okay, but it will take 63 seconds as Scott Redding dives up in the inside and turn 4, takes second place, and immediately Bautista comes back up the inside with the old cutback and takes Redding down, and Redding nearly loses out. He had to really sit up there. Bautista back to second place.
Yeah, Scott Redding just left the door open a little bit too wide, which allowed Bautista to get up the inside, and that set him up massively. As this is top rack up the inside. Look at that.
He's sliding through the inside, and that's on. Oh, hang on a minute. What's happening? That's Tito Rabat, who's stopped on the circuit. So, Top Rack and Michael Vandermark get ahead of Danilo Petrucci, who's dropped down now into 6th position. Both BMWs going through. Garrett Gerloff is out. Yari Montella is out. Tito Rabat is in the pit lane. But that can't be for that mandatory tyre change, because you can complete no more than 11 laps. There's 13 to go. So that, at the moment, is coming in. And it's now been confirmed that Garrett Gerloff, the American, is out of the race here in the opening of the World Superbikes in 2025. Now, Top Rat Rankoziolu and Michael Vandermark, the two teammates, are wheel to wheel right now. Front tyre of Vandermark on the back of Razgaliolu and nearly went down, as we now take a look at Bautista with Scott Redding in a battle for second position. Bulliger is up by 6 seconds. Redding's looking to the inside line, down at turn 4. Again, Bautista looks like he's going to go a little bit too deep, but Redding holding in behind, and the battle continues on. And now Top Rack closing in as well. So, not over yet, but it's going to be, I think, pit stops, JT, that will decide this race.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the gap now? 6.5 seconds, 6.550 to be exact, as we go up in towards turn 9 of Lukey Heights. Over it. What a corner this is. Uphill, left blind corner. One of a kind. I can't think of any other corners that are like that, JB.
I can't. So, no. The box thing's fallen off. That's how rare it gets used. On one of the pit boards, the box lettering has fallen off.
That was the number 19.
So that's Xavier Bautista. Race direction. Mandatory pit stops in this race. Riders may not complete more than 11 laps as the two BMWs go side by side. Oh, big accident! Huge accident down at turn 1. It's Vandermark. Oh! Michael Vandermark flying off the track at turn 1. In a big accident. He's up and walking away, JT, but that was huge for the 60. That's not great. He just dropped on him on the inside. So the Dutch rider is out of it. Top Rack now in a battle with Scott Redding. Let's take a look at the replay. So side by side with the BMWs. Oh, he just lost it. Front tyre. He just stuck on mid-corner. That is terrifying. No brakes and over 200 miles an hour at one of the most fastest corners in the entirety of the calendar. Wow. And he's up and walking away.
Those levers are very second-hander.
Yeah. If Lizzie was here, she'd have a conversation about that. Now, they do take leather repairs all around the world with them, but it's not here in Australia. And the same way it wasn't here at Donington Park when Lizzie damaged her suit and had to borrow Mallory's in the Women's WCR Championship. You'll be hearing from Lizzie Whitmore throughout the season here on World Superbikes commentary. Here we go. So, minimum pit stop intervention time is 1 minute 3 seconds. That's 63. Penalty for any infractions, the time gained over the minimum intervention time multiplied by 5. So here we go. It's pit stop time, which means they come in, they change the front and the rear tyre, and it looks like Ducati and teammates going to do it together out there. But Top Rat Razgaliolu takes the lead with Scott Redding behind him, and now the battle is on, because if they can get time here, they might be able to have it. Redding's going to the inside line in turn 4. Top Rat's not going to defend this one. Scott Redding's going to take the lead. Top Rat's back on the inside, but Scott knew he was going going to do it? So they've swapped back again. Rascolioni leads this race. Reading in second place, but they're battling hard. BMW versus Ducati Power, and Bulliger leaves the pit lane. Several riders are in there already, though, as they come through and exit. So already exiting pits, Bulliger, Petrucci, Bautista, Iannone, and I believe Javier Verhey is in the pits right now. 17 riders left in this race. Wow. Game on. Has to be now, though.
For retirements, one hell of a bat, Gerloff and Vandermark. Currently 17 left, as you said, 11 to go. We're around 2 laps away, as here comes the top 2 into pit lane, followed by the other 3 as well. I believe top 5 into pit road. Overtaken into the pit lane, are we?
They're having a little chat.
Side by side.
They're having a chat, and Redding's pushed Toprak way off, puts his hand up. They were having a little chat coming down pit road. Alex Lowe's takes the lead. Rascolioni, Redding, the 55's in of Locoletti. I think we've got the 47 in as well of Alex Bassini. Yep, Dominic Agata, Sam Lowe's, and I think as well Vickers. Yeah, Remy Gardner's in, and Ryan Vickers in there as well. The 95 of Taron McKenzie is in there too. So all the Brits bar Alex Lowe's have dived down pit road. Away they go then. It's a 63-second stop in the pits. That did not look like 63 seconds, JT.
Is it from pit in to pit out, though?
It is in from pit in to pit out. Let's see. Alex Lowe's going to get it. There's Xavier Bautista ahead of the 9. We're looking for Nico Bulliger, who's coming over the line now. Has Bulliger kept the lead of this race? Yeah, Bulliger's got out ahead of Rascolioni, but the question is, have everyone here is coming out of pit lane going to get out ahead? This is going to be very, very dangerous. It's right in the middle of the braking zone. Side by side, Scott Redding coming up alongside Xavier Bautista, and as well with Daniel Petrucci, and they've come out, and Toprak has actually gained positions. He's got back into second place. So the race that is decided not to try and interrupt the race artificially and try and give it a very level playing field has actually worked out. That Scott Redding's got a much better tyre, and he's on the inside line already of Xavier Bautista and takes net third and shuts the door. So the racing has actually been affected, JT. Wow, that pit stop really is going to cost time. As into the pit lane, well, Lowe's has gone long. Lowe's is in the pits too. Good. So Lowe's as well. Nakashima's in, as well as Sofagu is in there too. So they've all come in, JT. The top 3 in.
Yeah, top 3 in, which will promote Bulliger back up to top, and that will have level playing at the top, as Net P1 will return to P1 on track, as we are on board with the front wheel cam of Bautista, who is in 7th overall, P4 net.
And now the system's going to change on our board as we try and work out who's where and when. Bulliger leads. Top right, Rascolioni in 2nd. Xavier Bautista's 3rd. Scott Redding 4th. Daniel Petrucci 5th. Andrea Locoletti 6th. Andrea Iannone is 7th. Axel Bassini is in 8th. Alex Lowe's 9th. Javier Verhey in 10th position as well. Dominic Agata 11th. Sam Lowe's 12th. Ryan Vickers 13th. Tokushika Nakashima is in 14th place as well, as they all rejoined this race. I believe Remy Gardner in 17th position is our last runner. Yeah, he is now.
Yeah.
Taron McKenzie moving up. Oh, hang on, that's Gardner. That's Gardner's blown up on the main straight. So that could be oil, JT. That could be a red flag. So that bike's exploded on the main straight. If there's oil down, it's going to red flag it. There's a big wheelie from the back there of Xavier Bautista coming in to Siberia. So if that technical problems for the 87, but if that's oil, JT, that'll be a red flag immediately. The race control got to be on top of that.
Yeah, as Bulliger still in front, 6.7 seconds. So the gap has stayed the same at the top, which is good to see. That pit stop hasn't done anything to the gap at the front. And then it's round as there is Remy Gardner, who is stopped on the front straight.
Pushing it, yeah. Denver says both of you need
yellow flag zone now.
Denver says both of you we need to do some supercars races. Well, we've got some supercars races lined up. Specials at Bathurst and down there as well Oil flags are out, JT. This is the big one. If we hit the brakes and riders fall down, then we'll know. I think we might have just got away with it with no oil, but it depends on what blew up.
Luckily, turn 1 wasn't affected. It was just the start straight.
Yeah, so they should be able to avoid it if they get the local yellows out. Apparently, the rider tracker that was supposed to be working isn't working because it won't be working in Australia. It'll be back in Portugal. So there's a heads up for you.
Little bit annoying that I don't have a preset red-yellow change on my lights.
And there we go again with Redding and Bautista battling it out. It's getting a bit dangerous now. I wouldn't be surprised if that might cause a red flag, you know, what we've just seen out there in terms of oil on the circuit. Down as well to 21 riders. Aiki Lukanoa was written out of this event with a broken fourth metacarpal bone in his foot. And he's had so many broken ribs over the pre-season testing that's affected him. Bullock is leading by so much, JT. He's got this one in the bag. Top Rat can only hold on. As we take a look, there's Van der Mark back in pit lane. Walked up from the back, explaining what happened. He's okay. Gives us a wave and a little bit of a thumbs up. There's Top Rat over the line. And luckily, JT, can't see any oil over that main line. Looks to be okay. The flag's out there just in case.
Yeah, a yellow flag has been withdrawn. It's just the waved lack of adhesion flag that is being displayed. Different rules to the lack of adhesion flag in motorsport that they have been changing over the past couple of years. As here is a replay, and I'll get back to that in a second. Is this the car blowing up?
Oh, no, Bautista! Something's fallen off the side of Avio Bautista's bike.
Did that come off of Scott Redding?
Oh, no, you're
Yes,
right. Yeah, it's off
Redding.
Redding. What is that? It looks like a winglet. I couldn't tell what that was. It either looked like a winglet or like a cover on the side of the bike. Not like it got on the dials, a cover there. It looks like a cover to me. It could be a winglet, it could be a cover. Is he missing a winglet on the front there? We'll see, have a look. But can't tell.
Anyway,
camera zoomed in on the
adhesion flag.
Yes, go on.
It's changed over the last couple of years. The actual meaning of it in superbikes. It's changed in British and now world. I don't know about MotoGP, but if it's stationary, it's water or something like that. If it's waved, it's oil.
We shall keep an eye. It has been waved then, so it is oil that's been dropped. Look at this.
That's a little note if you're at a superbike race and the lack of adhesion flag is out. If it's debris, water, as soon as it's oil, it's waved.
We'll keep an eye on that when we're trackside at Donington.
Not in
later on
F1 though.
No, F1's just hold it out whatever they like it to be these days. Nakashima's in 14th position, holding off as well. Bautista's the fastest of the group from two down. And he's got Andrea Iannone trying to go right round the outside of him as well and trying to retake Redding on the inside. They've just got to remain cautious in this one. What a fascinating opening race of the year here for Superbikes. Really is going to be fun covering this. We've got the Super Pole race tomorrow of 10 laps in duration. Then race 2. Don't forget the... It's a 0.6 second time penalty at the end of the race for rider 22 of Alex Lowe's due to a pit intervention time infringement. So 0.6 of a second will be added to Alex Lowe's time. He currently runs in 9th to Javier Verhey in 10th.
Just waiting for the intervals to come through.
Lowe's and then it's a big one. 4 seconds.
He's fine.
Yeah, Alex will stay 9th. It's only a question if he gets ahead of his teammate on the Bimada bike. And he has now just got ahead. Yeah, he's passed him on the straight. We're watching Sam Lowe's passing Javier Verhey now on the inside line down to turn 1. But he hasn't done it. Verhey stays ahead. And Sam couldn't get the traction on the inside line. He's got Dominic Agata just behind him as well. So 5 to go here in Australia at Phillip Island for the opening race of the Superbikes in 2025. And again, a little bit of a twitch from Sam. Sam, who of course a couple of years ago went for the Moto2 World Championship, got so close until a crash at Portimao. This time he's going on the inside, left Moto2, joined World Superbikes, and he's been having a fun time ever since as well. And got taken the mickey off by Mallory Dobbs last year at Donington Park in the the 2 Wheels for Life charity night, where she sang "That Don't Impress Me Much" by Shania Twain and said, "So you're Sam Lowe's? That don't impress me much." Sam then came out.
Watching a replay of the battle that we were keeping an eye on with Sam Lowe's down in towards turn 1, just didn't get the drive out of the final corner, just didn't get the acceleration off of the corner, and then just backed off going into turn 1. You could tell he backed off because he braked a good 10, 15, 20 meters before the other rider did, and he just saved it for later on the lap.
Yeah, I thought that was coming as well. They just take it nice and easy. No one being as daft as they need. They've all got this one waiting in the bag. 6.5 seconds. Bulliger leads to Razgalioli as well with top rack. That's P2. But Bautista's closing him in.
Positives of having your TV picks and having Discovery Plus on my monitor, because when the broadcast first started, your TV picks were like watching a slideshow, stop motion. So that's why I got them up as backup. But it saves as replays as well. Anyway, Alex Lowe's has pulled out 0.636 of a second on Bassani. So at the moment he's clear of a penalty in 8th, but he's got Locatelli quarter of a second up the road. So will he try for that? Probably.
Yeah, he's going to have a go, isn't he, at some point around the race. 4 to go. Reminder, we'll be back tomorrow with all of the action, and we've got tonight NASCAR coming up, trucks and Xfinity. You can catch up with the Daytona trucks later as well. Go on.
JB just automatically confirmed me for tomorrow's because he didn't say me, he said we. I'm like, oh, yay.
Yeah, myself and Matthew Owens.
I'll be there.
What, in Xfinity?
No.
Oh, the Cup.
Superbikes.
Oh, Superbikes. Oh, yes. I suppose so, yes.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oil flag's been removed, by the way, JT. It's not now at the last corner at turn 12. And they're on the inside line. Back in. Petrucci gets ahead of Redding for 4th position on the inside line. Down at Dewan at turn 1. Redding's going to try and fight back. Round the outside of the southern loop. Can't do it. Andrea Iannone in there as well as they go back up through Stoner at 3. And then coming into the braking zone at turn number 4 at Miller. Named after, of course, Jack Miller. Jack Attack in MotoGP. Into the hairpin. And Iannone's still closing. He can't find the exit gap there that he wants to. Bulliger, though, now 6.4 seconds ahead of Top Rack. Really impressive stuff. Surprised myself that Nico Bulliger being this dominant again in Australia. As we see Marco Zembetti as well, the technical coordinator down there at Ducati, watching on.
It actually won't be that bad for myself, because I'll be back from Ringwood, then I've got to edit said Ringwood video, so instead of having to fill like 4 hours until the Super Bowl race, I only have to fill like 1 or 2 hours because of all the editing. It's fine.
I'm going to try and catch some sleep at least at some point over the next 48 hours of a weird weekend.
I'm just going to sleep up until I need to leave until Ringwood, and then leave for Ringwood, and then sleep after the second race.
It's a weird day what we've got going on as we get 2 to go here. Bautista taking a very low line coming through turn 1 at Dewan. Oh, and that's cost him through turn 2 at the southern loop as well. Do you see that? He could not get through. Bautista struggling there with the tyres. They're starting to go. So the other Pirellis, he took them 13 laps. These are struggling. And, of course, this is where we've got to watch, because if they go down now, how many tyres have got problems? Pirelli can't make the distance of 20 laps, remember. These are bog standard tyres.
And that is because of how unique this circuit is, but that's just Pirelli being Pirelli. It's a unique circuit, and Pirelli can't do good things.
And they're almost not bothered either to do it. I mean, Michelin had
No.
this in 2013 and with MotoGP, and they fixed it immediately the next year. Was it Bridgestone? No, it was Michelin. We never had this problem when we ran Bridgestone. But yeah, Pirelli don't like to change it. They don't want to change it, even though they have done it for Moto 2 and Moto 3, where they are the tyre supplier. They can make races that do that, but they won't change the compound for superbikes, which is a bit daft, but that's how it works. Final lap then of the opening round of the 2025 World Superbike Championship, and Avio Bautista gap now just half a second to second place of Top Rat Razgaliolu, and Nico Bulliger, by the way, on course for what is going to be his 7th win of his career if he can just hold it together. It's getting very, very tight and very, very entertaining as Bautista JT closing in on Razgaliolu.
Yeah, just watching the delayed feed of Bautista through Lukey Heights at turn 9 last time round. Much more speed, harsher on the accelerator, and more tilt. And, well, look, when I saw it the first time on your TV pics, I honestly thought that he had gone and that he'd put too much into it, and he just gone from underneath him. He was pushing through turn 9. Not enough for now, but we're on towards the last lap, and he's got a couple more attempts.
Into Lukey Heights, downhill. Yeah, he's pushing it like crazy. Oh, hello. Bulliger also pushing it like crazy. Into the last sector. Another dominant performance here in Phillip Island. Nicolo Bulliger from pole position. He's led every single session this weekend. He can't be stopped. Best possible start to 2025. Hand out, fist out, double checkers. It's double luck for Bulliger, who wins the opening race of the year. Razgaliolu in second, Bautista's third, Petrucci fourth, Redding fifth, Iannone sixth, Locoletti in seventh, Alex Lowe's eighth, Bassini in ninth, and Sam Lowe's rounds out your top 10. Bulliger wins race 1 of 2025. Well, that was superb, JT.
NASCAR official in training with the pit wall marshal, I see.
Yeah, double flag there, which is new. As Bat's final points, Nakashima
Alex Lowe
gets
stays
ahead.
8th.
Feel sorry for Tam McKenzie, who's lost out on the point here. Running in 16th place, the last finisher, with everyone else retiring from the race. Podium has been confirmed by the team as well, as we can see on our radar. But Nico Bulliger wins and gets the first maximum points of the year. Don't forget, tomorrow, half race distance for the Super Bowl race, half points as well coming up before a further points race in race 2. Oh, there's a TNT going to ad break, which is about time we're going to wrap up our coverage anyway. All penalties have been applied, so Alex Lowe's JT does finish in 8th position. His teammate backed off and ends with 1.447 at the line. What do you make of the opening race of the year then, JT?
It was a good race, brilliant circuit is Phillip Island, and good to see that the pit stops didn't really change stuff at the front. It's, well, exactly the same. Other than Scott Redding dropping down a couple of places, but exactly the same top 2 as it was. At least maybe Bautista as well. Unlucky for Taz McKenzie down in 16th. Well, that is just Taz McKenzie's luck sometimes, though, if you followed him throughout the previous years in BSB and World Superbikes.
Unfortunately, you are correct. That is his luck sometimes as well here. Session has been completed. The race concludes with an absolute barnstormer from Nicolo Bulliger. He's top 4.8 seconds to top Razgaliolu in second, and Avio Bautista finishing in 3rd position. We shall be back then tomorrow for all of the action from the next round of the championship, the Super Pole race tomorrow, JT. What are you looking forward to that one? What do you think? 10 laps in a different circuit? Well, you know, we actually get some better tyres tomorrow. Do you reckon we'll have a better sort of sprint race tomorrow?
Yeah, I think teams will be treating it as a sprint race tomorrow. They don't have to worry about tyres. Maybe there might be some tyre saving in either the first 2 laps and then push for the final 8, like proper hard pushing on the tyres, or if the leader is Bulliger again, he'll push and then just keep it calm for the final two laps as the tyres get a little bit worse. But drivers in towards the World Superbike Parc Ferme and, well, if you're American, Victory Lane.
Speaking of an American, Natasha says, following Ryan Vickers from the US, thanks for an entertaining live. Join us tomorrow for all of it again, as it's Nico Bulliger, Top Rat Rasgalioni, and Avio Bautista, a 1, 2, 3. Thanks, JT, for your company. Thanks to you at home. We'll see you tomorrow for the next 2, the Super Bowl race and race 2 from Australia. Bye-bye.